You don't just wake up with leg cramps. Your body is screaming at you. And if you keep ignoring it, the consequences might go far beyond just pain. It starts as a sharp cramp at 2 a.m. Then it turns into numbness, then weakness, and sometimes irreversible nerve damage. I've seen it happen over and over. Men and women in their 60s, 70s, 80s waking up in agony, not realizing their bodies are desperately missing 5 critical nutrients. Not medicine, not painkillers, just simple vitamins. And they had no idea. I'm Dr. Elliot Hayes. I've treated more than 10,000 patients over the last 40 years. And I can tell you this leg cramps are not harmless. In this video, I'll reveal the 5 essential vitamins that can stop your leg cramps before they get worse, and why one of them is almost never mentioned by doctors. If you're waking up at night with cramps, tingling, or burning pain in your legs, don't look away. What you're about to hear could save your sleep and possibly your mobility. The hidden reason why you keep getting leg cramps and why it's getting worse. You don't just wake up with leg cramps. Your body is warning you. Loudly. And if you're over 60, this warning gets louder every year. What you feel as a sudden stabbing pain in the middle of the night is actually a breakdown in your body's internal electrical system, the one that controls muscle function, nerve signaling, and blood flow. It's not random. It's not just aging. And it's definitely not something you should ignore. Behind every leg cramp is a missing piece, a nutrient your body once had in abundance but is now running dangerously low on. As we age, our ability to absorb and store essential vitamins drops dramatically. Add to that medications, stress, poor sleep, and limited diets, and you've got the perfect storm for nightly pain. You see, your muscles don't contract or relax on their own. They rely on instructions sent through your nervous system, instructions powered by vitamins and minerals like B1, B12, D, E, and magnesium. When these nutrients are missing, those instructions misfire. That's when the cramps hit, hard, especially at night, when your blood flow slows and your body naturally shifts into repair mode. With poor circulation and nutrient deficiency combined, your legs, especially your calves and feet, are left vulnerable. One study found that 72% of adults over 60 who suffer from frequent leg cramps are deficient in at least one of 5 key vitamins, and 43% were deficient in 2 or more. These aren't rare nutrients. These are everyday vitamins that are hiding in plain sight, but most people don't know they need them until it's too late. I once treated a woman named Sandra, 67 years old, bright, active, but constantly exhausted from being jolted awake by cramps. She tried everything. Stretching, hydration, massage, even prescription sleep aids. Nothing worked. We ran blood work. The results? Low B12, low D, and magnesium deficiency. We put her on a targeted supplement plan, and within 3 weeks, her cramps disappeared. Just like that. No prescriptions, no complicated treatments. Just giving her body what it was missing. That's why I'm telling you this now. Because your cramps might not be a sleep issue or a circulation problem. They might be your body screaming for help in the form of 5 powerful vitamins. And in the next part, I'm going to break them down for you, one by one, the real reasons behind your nighttime pain and what you can do, starting today, to make it stop. Vitamin B1, the forgotten spark plug behind every muscle movement. Most people have never heard of thiamine, also known as vitamin B1, yet it's one of the most crucial vitamins your body needs to function properly. Think of it like a spark plug. Without it, the engine of your nervous system misfires. It doesn't matter how well you eat, how much you stretch, or how many bananas you eat. If your body is low on B1, your muscles will not cooperate. I had a patient named Frank. He was 73, former construction worker, tough as nails. But every night, without fail, he would wake up at 2:17 a.m. with the same paralyzing cramp in his right calf. He'd get up, hobble around the room, groan through the pain, try warm compresses, nothing worked. "Doc," he said, "this cramp is ruining my life." He was convinced it was poor circulation, or maybe arthritis. But after reviewing his symptoms and running a blood panel, we discovered the truth. Frank was severely deficient in thiamine. And here's the thing, B1 deficiency is incredibly common in older adults, especially those who take diuretics, drink alcohol, or have poor appetite. It's also nearly impossible to diagnose without proper testing. But once we added B1 into Frank's routine, just 100 milligrams per day, his cramps began to fade within 10 days. By week 3, he was sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Thiamine works by supporting the nervous system. It helps transmit messages between your brain, spine, and muscles. Without it, those messages become scrambled, and your muscles can spasm out of nowhere. It's like a broken telephone line. What was meant to be a gentle signal to relax turns into a jolt to contract. The result? A violent cramp that wakes you from deep sleep. B1 also helps your body convert food into energy, and when that energy supply runs low in your muscles, they go haywire. It's like trying to run a marathon on an empty tank. Thiamine can be found in whole grains, sunflower seeds, pork, and beans. But for most seniors, especially those with compromised digestion, supplementation is necessary. The good news? It's affordable, easy to take, and has no known side effects when taken within the recommended range. I often recommend a high-quality B-complex vitamin to ensure you're getting not just B1, but also its powerful partners like B6 and B12. We'll talk about B12 next, by the way, and trust me, you don't want to miss that. Because if B1 is the spark, B12 is the fuel that keeps your nerves alive. But before we move on, let me be crystal clear. If you suffer from frequent leg cramps, numbness, or tingling, B1 is not optional. It's essential. It's the first building block to restoring peace in your legs and sleep in your nights. And in many cases, it's the missing piece no one ever checks. Frank didn't know. Thousands of others don't know. But now, you do. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector that silently saves your sleep. If vitamin B1 is the spark, then vitamin B12 is the shield, the silent guardian that keeps your nerves alive and your muscles under control. Without it, everything becomes slower, weaker, fuzzier. Your brain can't communicate properly with your body, and when the message to relax doesn't get through, your muscles seize up and panic. That's when the cramps hit. B12 is one of the most overlooked deficiencies in people over 60. Why? Because as we age, our stomach produces less acid, and that acid is essential for absorbing B12 from food. So even if you eat meat, fish, or dairy, your body might still not be getting enough. I once met Gloria, 68 years old, retired nurse, active and vibrant, but every night her legs would betray her. She described it like this: "It's like electricity running through my calves, and then a lightning bolt of pain." She tried everything: more potassium, more stretching, less salt, more hydration. Nothing helped. Her doctor told her it was just age. But I knew better. We ran her labs, and her B12 levels were barely registering. The nerves in her legs were screaming for help. B12 is vital for nerve repair and myelin production, the insulation that protects your nerves like rubber coating around a wire. When that insulation breaks down, signals short circuit and muscles spasm uncontrollably. Within days of starting a sublingual B12 supplement, a tiny tablet that dissolves under the tongue for faster absorption, Gloria felt something she hadn't felt in years: stillness, peace, sleep. After 3 weeks, the cramps were gone. She called me crying not from pain, but from relief. B12 is found in animal products: liver, eggs, fish, dairy. But here's the catch. People over 60 often absorb only a fraction of what younger people do. Add medications like metformin or acid reflux, drugs, and your absorption drops even more. That's why I often recommend the sublingual form, 1,000 mg per day for people with symptoms, because it bypasses digestion and goes straight to the bloodstream. And yes, you can get tested, but even without a test, if you're experiencing leg cramps, numbness, tingling, or even unexplained fatigue, low B12 is a likely culprit. And there's no harm in supplementing within the safe range. Think of it this way: B12 is the electricity grid that powers your legs. If that grid goes down, no amount of water, bananas, or massage will help. You have to fix the wiring. And that begins with giving your body the right fuel. Gloria learned that the hard way. But you don't have to. With just one small daily change, you can begin to take back control not just of your sleep, but of your confidence, your balance, and your peace of mind. And that's just the beginning, because next we'll uncover a vitamin that plays an even bigger role in how your muscles function, and it has everything to do with the sun. Vitamin D, the muscle strengthener and sleep saver. Most people associate vitamin D with bone health, And yes, it's essential for strong bones. But what they don't realize is that vitamin D also plays a critical role in how your muscles contract, how your nerves fire, and how your body rests and recovers, especially at night. It's not just a bone vitamin. It's a muscle vitamin. And if you're low, your muscles don't just weaken, they cramp, they twitch, they ache. I had a patient named Carl. He was 70, a retired mailman who loved gardening. But every time he crouched down to weed the yard, his legs would lock up. At night, he'd wake up gasping from sharp cramps in both calves. He had no idea what was happening. I stretch. I stay active. I even eat healthy, he told me. But when I asked him how much sunlight he got per day, he shrugged. I don't like the sun. I stay indoors mostly. That was the missing link. Carl, like millions of older adults, was deficient in vitamin D. And here's what makes this deficiency especially dangerous. It's almost invisible. You can't feel it coming. It creeps in quietly. You might feel more tired, maybe a little weaker. Then the cramps start. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium and phosphorus in your muscles. But even more importantly, it affects how your muscle fibers fire and relax. Without enough D, your muscles misfire, overreact, and seize up. And guess what? As you age, your skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, even if you go outside. If you're over 60, your body makes about 25% less vitamin D from the sun compared to when you were 30. That's why so many seniors are unknowingly deficient, especially during winter months, or if they live in cloudy regions. When we tested Carl, his D level was at 17 ml. The ideal range is between 40 and 60. He was way below. We started him on 2,000 IU per day of vitamin D3, paired with vitamin K2 for better absorption. Within 2 weeks, the cramps reduced. By week 4, he stopped waking up at night. And 6 weeks in, he said something I'll never forget. "Doc, I feel like I got my legs back." That's the power of vitamin D. It doesn't work like a painkiller. It works like a reset button, a deep recalibration of your muscle function. And no, getting 5 minutes of sun on your hands through a window isn't enough. You need real sun exposure on your arms and legs. Or you need supplements. High-quality vitamin D3, not D2, paired with K2, is my go-to recommendation for most of my patients. And if you're someone who stays indoors, wears sunscreen, or lives in colder climates, you absolutely need to pay attention to this. Vitamin D is your natural muscle relaxer. It doesn't just protect your bones. It protects your sleep, your movement, your ability to walk without pain or fear. And yet, it's one of the most ignored deficiencies in modern health. But now you know. And just like Carl, you can take back control one simple step at a time. But don't go anywhere yet, because the next vitamin I'll show you isn't just a muscle helper. It's your body's antioxidant defense system. It fights inflammation, improves circulation, and plays a secret role in stopping leg cramps before they even start. And the best part? You can find it in something as small as a handful of seeds. Vitamin E, the circulation booster and inflammation fighter. When we think about muscle cramps, we usually think about nerves or dehydration. But there's one piece almost everyone misses, and it might be the most important of all: blood flow. Without proper circulation, your muscles are literally starved of oxygen and nutrients. And when that happens, they tighten, spasm, and scream. That's where vitamin E steps in. Think of it as your body's internal lubricant, keeping blood moving smoothly, protecting your cells from damage, and reducing the silent inflammation that builds up with age. I met Josephine, 75, a retired school teacher with a warm smile and tired legs. Every night, like clockwork, she'd feel her calves tighten into a knot that no massage could release. She had already added magnesium and B12. She was stretching, she was walking daily, but something was missing. When we reviewed her diet, one thing stood out: almost no healthy fats, no nuts, no seeds, no vegetable oils, all rich in vitamin E. Her labs confirmed it. She was low, not dangerously low, but just enough to weaken her circulation and increase inflammation in her leg muscles. You see, vitamin E is one of the most powerful antioxidants in your body. It protects your blood vessels from oxidative damage, the kind that builds up silently, year after year. And when those blood vessels are inflamed or narrowed, oxygen has a harder time reaching your muscles, especially in your lower legs. The result? That deep, tight, painful kind of cramp that hits you right before or during sleep. Once Josephine started supplementing with 400 IU of natural vitamin E per day, not synthetic, but natural alpha tocopherol, and added a daily handful of sunflower seeds and almonds into her routine, the change was almost immediate. Within a week, she noticed her legs felt lighter. The cramps became less frequent. The pain no longer woke her in the middle of the night. She said it was like her legs could breathe again. Vitamin E isn't often talked about when it comes to cramps, but it should be, because circulation is everything. You can stretch all day, but if your muscles aren't being nourished from the inside, they'll still revolt. Vitamin E supports red blood cell health, strengthens capillary walls, and enhances blood flow to your extremities, your feet, your toes, your calves. And it does something else too. It fights chronic low-grade inflammation. That inflammation, which builds up in joints and soft tissues as we age, makes your muscles more sensitive, more reactive, more likely to spasm from the slightest trigger. Add poor circulation on top of that, and you've got the perfect recipe for nightly leg cramps. But the solution is simpler than you think. Eat more nuts and seeds. Cook with cold-pressed oils like olive or sunflower. And consider a high-quality vitamin E supplement, especially if you're over 60 and your diet is low in plant fats. Like Josephine, you might just discover that one small nutrient makes a world of difference in how your legs feel and how you sleep. But we're not done yet. Because while vitamin E helps your blood move and your muscles calm down, there's one last mineral, and I'm calling it the magic key that unlocks all the systems we've talked about so far. It's not technically a vitamin, but without it, nothing works. Not your nerves, not your muscles, not even your sleep cycle. And sadly, almost everyone I test is deficient in it, even those who think they eat healthy. What is it? You're about to find out. Magnesium, the silent mineral that unlocks it all. If there's one nutrient that ties everything together, your nerves, your muscles, your sleep, it's magnesium. Not technically a vitamin, but absolutely essential, magnesium is the conductor of your body's electrical system. It regulates over 300 biochemical processes, including every single contraction and relaxation of your muscles. Without enough magnesium, your muscles remain stuck in on mode. They seize, they spasm, they cramp. And here's the hard truth. Most people over 60 are dangerously low in magnesium and don't even know it. I've seen it in patient after patient. And it doesn't matter how healthy they eat. It's because modern soil is depleted. Processed foods are stripped of minerals and stress. Caffeine, alcohol, and certain medications flush magnesium out of the body faster than we can replenish it. I once treated Marcus, 64, a former truck driver who had developed leg cramps so severe he had to pull over on the highway to walk them off. He was convinced it was circulation, or maybe diabetes. But his blood work told the truth. His magnesium levels were critically low. He didn't believe something so simple could be the cause of so much pain. But we tried an experiment. 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate per day, a gentle, highly absorbable form that doesn't upset the stomach. Within 5 days, the cramps were less frequent. Within 2 weeks, they were gone. Gone. Completely. And for the first time in years, Marcus was sleeping through the night without fear of waking up in agony. Magnesium works by calming the nerves, relaxing the muscles, and balancing calcium, which is the mineral that makes muscles contract. Think of calcium as the go signal and magnesium as the stop. When you're low on magnesium, your muscles get stuck on go. That's when the cramping begins. But magnesium doesn't just stop cramps. It helps reduce anxiety, improve sleep quality, support heart rhythm, and even lower blood pressure. It's truly the master mineral of relaxation. There are many forms of magnesium, but for leg cramps, I recommend glycinate or malate. They're gentle, absorb well, and don't cause diarrhea like magnesium oxide. You can also get magnesium from foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, and dark chocolate, but realistically, most people don't eat enough of these daily, especially not in the amounts needed to correct a deficiency. If you've ever experienced eye twitches, restless legs, muscle tightness, or even constipation, your body is likely crying out for magnesium. And here's something else. Magnesium helps activate vitamin D. So even if you take vitamin D supplements, they may not work properly if you're low in magnesium. That's how interconnected it all is. That's why I call it the magic key. It unlocks everything. Without it, the other nutrients can't do their job. Without it, your sleep suffers, your nerves misfire, and your muscles revolt. But with it, your body finds balance. Your nights become calm. Your legs, finally, stay still. Marcus never thought a simple mineral could save his sleep, but it did. And for you, it can too. Now, let's put it all together. The Nighttime Cramps Survival Plan and what you need to do tonight. Now you know the truth. Nighttime leg cramps aren't just a nuisance, they're a signal. A message from your body that something critical is missing. You've seen how a simple lack of 5 key nutrients can lead to years of pain, sleepless nights, and unnecessary suffering. But you've also seen how quickly things can change once your body gets what it needs. Frank found relief through thiamine vitamin B, the spark plug that helped his nerves fire correctly. Gloria's legs calmed when her B12 deficiency was finally corrected, allowing her nervous system to speak clearly again. Carl reclaimed his strength when we restored his vitamin D level sunlight in supplement form that strengthened every fiber of his muscles. Josephine's blood flowed freely again with the help of vitamin E, the antioxidant guardian that soothed inflammation and restored circulation. And Marcus? He slept through the night for the first time in years thanks to magnesium, the silent mineral that unlocked the entire system. These aren't miracle pills. They're not expensive. They're not rare. But they're the foundation, the survival plan. And if you suffer from leg cramps, this is where you start. Not with guesswork, not with Google, but with a real, proven protocol. Here's what you do starting tonight. Step 1. Take inventory. Are you eating enough whole grains, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and animal proteins? Or is your diet lacking variety? Step 2. Supplement smart. Consider adding a high-quality B complex, sublingual B12, vitamin D3 with K2, natural vitamin E, and magnesium glycinate into your daily routine. Step 3. Stay hydrated, but not just with water. Add a pinch of sea salt or an electrolyte powder to restore minerals. Step 4. Stretch before bed. A simple 5-minute calf and hamstring routine can reduce the risk of nighttime cramps. Step 5. Track your results. Within 7-14 days, you should begin noticing fewer cramps, better sleep, and more relaxed legs. This isn't just a theory. It's worked for thousands of my patients, and it can work for you. But none of it matters if you don't act. Don't wait for another sleepless night. Don't brush it off as just getting older. Because now you know better. Now you know what's been missing. You've got the map. You've got the tools. And you've got the power to fix it starting now. The final wake-up call. Don't let this pain be your new normal. If this video spoke to you, if it made you realize that your pain has a name, a reason, and a real solution, then don't let it stop here. I've spent decades helping people just like you. People who were told their pain was just part of aging. People who were handed pills but never answers. People who suffered in silence, thinking they were alone. But you're not alone. And you're not helpless. Whether you're 60 or 85, your body is still speaking to you, and now you finally know how to listen. Leg cramps don't have to be your new normal. Sleepless nights don't have to be part of growing older. And that sharp stabbing pain at 2 a.m., it doesn't have to come back. You have options. You have knowledge. And knowledge is the most powerful medicine we have. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. Not for me, but for someone else who's still searching for answers. Share it with a parent, a grandparent, a friend who's too proud to complain but still suffers in silence. And leave a comment below. Tell me your story. I read every single one. And if you want more videos like this, stories, science, and real answers that make your health simple again, hit that subscribe button and turn on notification. You never know which tip could change your life or save someone else's. I'm Dr. Elliot Hayes, and it's been an honor to be part of your journey tonight. I hope this video gave you more than just information. I hope it gave you hope. Stay strong, stay curious, and most importantly, stay kind to your body. It's been trying to help you all along. Now, it's your turn to help it back.